not optimistic about this. It's gonna be like Mach 5 kick speed. Good morning, Trainiacs. Slept in a little bit this morning, and this was supposed to be a swim morning, so no Monday swim for me just yet. Gonna do my damnedest to leave early so that I can, again, you're just so filthy. So that I can leave early and get to the pool before the water walkers and swim lessons come in at 5. So I think I gotta get to work early, hustle, and get out of there by about 3:30. I've spent the last 2 days talking about this new coaching idea that Pat and I have in mind. One last plug, go to triathlontaren.com/coaching survey. Help us out, fill that out so we know where to start with coaching programs, and if you do, you get a very big, sexy, humongous, enormous, gigantic, mucho discount when we do come up with training plan. Okay, now I'll shut up about the coaching program until we've got something more substantial to share for you. Back to your regularly scheduled vlogging. So much for summer. It doesn't come this year. Between now and when I'm able to get in for a proper mobility assessment somewhere in Winnipeg, I ended up buying something that Tim Ferriss recommends. Recommends might be a strong word. I think he does it, and he had Jersey, the guy that founded the program called The Happy Body, on his podcast just recently, and I bought the Kindle version of the book. And in that book, it starts off with a mobility assessment from that Jersey dude that I'm gonna try out now. We'll see how my body reacts. Number 1 is the table. Measure the flexibility of your gluteus maximus, your butt, your hamstrings, under your butt, and calves, way under your butt. On that, I am good. Goes from poor to excellent. I'm in the middle. Next one is the Jackknife to measure the flexibility of my lumbar spine. Love a good lumbar spine. And I can't quite touch my toes. Ooh, that's just fair. That's like a 2 out of 5. Kinda like a 2.5 though. Oh wow, this will be fun. The bow to measure the flexibility of my cervical, thoracic, and lumbar spine, front of the neck, and rib cage. I'm good on that one. No very goods or excellence yet. Next up is the corkscrew, which I will use this handy dandy boom mic pole for. I was able to see the wall in behind me, so that means it's just good. Last one is the Jersey squat, which measures the flexibility in most of the joints in your body, all of the above. And the Jersey squat is like a squat, but you have your feet together and your hands together overhead. Let me make sure that's right. Yes. Feet and hands together overhead. And for this, I will use this old Ghetto Fabulous external hard drive. I am not optimistic about this. Not quite to horizontal, which means I am just good again. So I've got 4 goods and 1 fair. What's this mean? Okay, so that's actually a little bit better than I was expecting. I was expecting to be like completely locked up from head to toe, but that wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it might be. But considering that I already do a fair bit of mobility work, there's definitely a lot of room for improvement. I think that from what I understand and a little bit that I've read about the Happy Body program, a lot of the premise of it isn't necessarily to build just outright flexibility or outright strength. It's more to build strength and mobility at the end of your range of motion, because that end of the range of motion is where injuries happen, because all of a sudden your muscles start getting tight. So I think that some sort of program is gonna come from that apparently I do every single day, and it gradually and gradually takes me to the end of the range of motion that my body naturally wants to go to, and then it pushes it a little bit further and a little bit further. Hopefully, what'll end up happening is my body just will, as a baseline, be a fair bit more loose, so that when I start loading on heavy miles, I start traveling, I have a day where I'm sitting a lot, maybe at a conference, I won't gradually stiffen up, which is what I like instantly do right now. And it'll be easier for my body to go through the full range of motion, open up my stride, have a longer stride, won't be stressing my joints to the end of their range of motion on the bike and on the run. And if I can do all that, hopefully I can move a lot more fluidly, and I'll be less prone to injury, and I'll be able to push myself a lot more because my joints and my hips and my muscles and my flexors and my white muscle groups and my red muscle fibers aren't holding me back from just allowing my engine to open up and get the revs up. Get those RPMs firing. I'm not a car guy, I don't know if that's accurate or not. But you know what? Tim Ferriss has not let me down yet. So we'll give it a shot. I gotta go and do a little bit of work here because I'm gonna get out early, go to the pool, make up for that workout that I missed this morning. Well, an afternoon swim on a Monday. Well, I didn't mention it, but this morning the podcast went up on the Intelligent Racer from Adam Granoff. I'll link to that below. Go check that out. It's a shorter one. All the other podcasts that I've been doing have been like an hour. This is more like 29 minutes. So I don't know how much pool time I'm gonna end up getting here. It was hard to decipher the Greek code that they had on the website, but it looks like I've got a couple of lanes. I'm gonna go in and swim steady until they kick me out. A black kickboard. This is unheard of around these parts. It's gonna be like Mach 5 kick speed. All right, that's it. I get a half an hour, and that's what I got. That's what I get for sleeping in and missing the morning workout. Now, after a little bit of hanging to straighten out my back after being in the wind on the bike for the first time this year, I think we'll call it a day. Oh, and if you aren't following me on Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, do it. We've got an intern who's an aspiring YouTuber for the next 3 weeks who's just doing fun triathlon Tarenisms. Oh, it feels good. See you, Trainiacs.